My name is Kristen Covert, and I have been a Clatsop County resident for over 25 years. We are down here just south of Arcadia Beach and just north of Hug Point State Park, right off of Highway 101 in Clatsop County, Oregon. I'm here today because I am concerned because the Oregon Department of Forestry is intending to clear cut 77 acres of our state forest land. Belongs to all of us. That is very beautiful, scenic part of the Oregon coast. But beyond that, it is also the source of my water that I get for my beach house that I have had for over 25 years. That's located just across the Highway 101. The water is collected on a cistern. It comes down, feeds down through this stand of trees that they're intending to cut, down into a collector, goes into my storage tanks, where it then gravity feeds underneath Highway 101 down to not only my home and my husband's home down there, but also to, in our community, at least 8 other homes. There are several collectors like this up and down this stretch of the coast that will be impacted by this clear cut. You can see the edge of the boundary up here where it is marked orange, and that tree will go. That is the edge of the clear cut boundary line. Up until this point, I have heard nothing from the Oregon Department of Forestry. The system appears to be broken in a sense that I nor any other homeowner down in this community has received any communication, any word that this is actually going to happen. We found this out third hand, and we as community members are trying to organize to try to protect our watershed and the watershed, and not only that, but just this beautiful stretch of the Oregon coast that is, really a gift for all of us to have something like this. All right, well, what we have here is where our water collects. Our water is gravity fed. We collect it, spring water that comes up through the ground and is filtered and bubbles up to an area about 15 feet up the hillside, where it collects in a bucket collector. And then we have a hose that runs from there that comes down the ravine here to these 3 storage tanks. Right now they're doing very well. We've had a lot of rain the last few months, and so we're very fortunate that we have full tanks at the moment. That's not always the case. Sometimes we get drought years. You're lucky if your tank is half full. There are times we have actually run out of water. Of course, silt is a huge problem. That can clog up all our lines. It can just, of course, then somebody has to come and clean those out and get our water going again. Generally, that's the homeowner that does that. We are not part of any water system. There's nobody that I can just pick up the phone and call and say, hey, come fix my water, without having to pay a lot of money out of pocket. So beyond the cut itself, if that, doesn't impact our water supply, which, I can't see how that's possible, but when they go to replant the seedlings in the harvested area, they will be spraying pesticides and herbicides that will then in turn get into our water supply and possibly contaminate the one source of water that we do have. And it is another huge concern. They have said they are not going to do aerial spraying. They are going to hand spray. I even think with hand spraying, I don't know, I have not seen studies, I can't guarantee, but I cannot believe that is not going to filter into our water in some way, shape, or form and affect it. And so another big concern.